Good morning. I continue to keep an eye on this fog that we're experiencing here this morning in Fargo and in other parts of the valley as well. It's just hugging the earth and creating that low visibility at the surface as we're trying to hit the road and get to where we need to be. Speaking of travel here today morning, we're using that yellow light, caution light, because of the fog affecting travel. Midday, once again, we're looking at some of our better travel times because the storms that we're expecting later this afternoon will not have started up, and more into the afternoon and evening, again, more storms popping up. Some isolated to severe, and the possibility is there that a couple of storms could be severe. It's first alert weather day to give you that heads up that we have that potential for some severe weather. Here's a look at our visibility. We are looking at some visibility reports coming in at 0 right now in parts of the valley. Cooperstown, Valley City in that range. Wahpeton is at a half-mile visibility. We're at a quarter mile in Fergus Falls. We've just seen our number come up in Fargo at the airport at 6 miles. It's been variable here in the metro. Grand Forks has been consistently low. Our visibility at the airport there close to 0 at a 1/10 of a mile. And we're at a quarter mile in Thief River Falls and Crookston and over toward Langdon and Candu yet again at 0. And then there are places where visibility is just fine. So it's varying, but in some areas it's quite dense. So that will lift once that sun does its work to warm us up here this morning. And then we'll just see some mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies for a while. But you see out to the west, we've got another wave, some rain, some clouds moving in, and the possibility again for some active weather this afternoon. The wind is very light this morning. That's helped to contribute to that fog development. Temperature is pretty comfortable too, 50s and 60s. It's 57 in Fargo, and in Grand Forks it's 58. So here's our planner. We've got some conditions today that should be fairly quiet for the daytime hours. The fog lifts by noon. We're looking at some 60s to some low 70s. More clouds in the northeast, and I can't rule out a shower in places like the Lake of the Woods area, but most areas remaining dry with a passing shower. You know, we just saw that wave coming through on the radar. That's a possibility for us into the afternoon hours. Wind out of the northwest into the 20s, and again, temperatures a little warmer than yesterday. So some of us approaching 80 in the southern valley for this afternoon. Around that time, we're keeping our eyes out for some thunderstorm activity. You see some of these storms starting to develop. They're pretty isolated for a time before they become a little more organized into northwest Minnesota, especially right where we have that greater risk. And this is where we're looking at the potential for some damaging wind gusts, some hail being a possibility for us as well. So evening hours, this is 9 p.m. where I've paused the clock here. And then eventually that does move on, and we'll end up with a quieter overnight and into early Saturday morning, starting off nice and quiet. So let's take a look at our storm threat for today. Everyone has a chance for some rain or a thunderstorm, more likely non-severe over to the west. Those of us in the east, that's where that severe threat has shifted. So we're looking at areas in yellow there in the southeastern part of our viewing area, Wadena area being that location where the threat is greatest for the hail and damaging wind gusts. Again, this would be rather heading into not Tuesday afternoon, that should have said Friday afternoon there. Looking at our planner here, we're looking at conditions that are going to be on the more sunny side Saturday, and then on Sunday cooler and rainier. One of those days that will feature a decent amount of rain, some thunderstorms moving through as well, and just generally cooler temperatures. Next week, right back to feeling like summertime, back into some 80s for many days next week.
Yeah, just one of those days. I like how you said that.
Yeah, you know, and it's a good thing. Timing would have probably been better for folks if it were during the work week.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's great to get that. We've had, you know, drought conditions persist. Our latest drought update had some expansion of drought, so we need more rain.
Yep, we needed it. All right, thank you.